Everyone is passionate about something, whether it's comics or Pokemon, movies, or your favorite sport. In this podcast, we talk about many things. Mostly, we delve into comics and comic-related subjects. Come with us and find out if you're in love with a nerd.
God, I'm in love with a nerd.
Hello! Welcome to You're in Love with a Nerd. I was looking at you instead of them.
And I waved at you but didn't say anything, so we're off to an excellent start.
Great for audio media. How's it going?
Could be better.
Could be better. Why do you say that?
My brain is broken.
Your brain is broken.
No, I'm okay.
Oh. You thought your brain was broken.
Yeah. The doctor definitely thought my brain was broken.
I think that doctor might have been an idiot.
You think?
Maybe.
Nothing like, don't want to scare you, but get to the hospital.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and do a crap ton of tests and stuff.
Though I did learn that if you are confused and don't know where you are, you get to see every doctor in the hospital in like 20 minutes. So
yeah.
I'll apologize now if I'm a little slow today.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to catch a virus that made it to where I couldn't read. That's why I've been crying. And the doctor did make fun of me about that before you came in.
Because you couldn't read?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's why I finally came in, is because I was having a hard time processing the words on the page.
Mm.
Like, I'll start reading, and it's fine. But then, like, if it's more than, like, 2 or 3 sentences, the words are, like, a foreign language to me. Like, I can pronounce the word, but couldn't tell you what it meant. So that means, I don't know, CAT scans and all kinds of fun things.
Yeah.
And meeting all of the doctors.
And watching Captain America twice in a row.
Without sound.
Without sound, yeah. That was fun.
It was an adventure.
Yeah, it was a good time. So,
So today we're going to talk about worlds that we'd rather be in. Or not.
Sure. So, did you read anything cool lately?
I haven't read anything.
Well, I just made you read something.
Oh, the thing I read, it was sad.
Yeah.
It was really sad.
So, we were talking before on previous show about a bunch of 2000 AD comics that I got, and some of them were Judge Anderson sci-files, and 2000 AD is a bunch of bastards because they introduced this character, Judge Corey, and through the course of a few stories, they had you grow to know this character. Her and Anderson went out like dancing and doing all kinds of cool stuff. And then they just tore your heart out.
What?
Yeah.
Who's Corey?
What story did you just read?
The one with the whale.
Mm-hmm.
Judge Anderson was in it. And Mr. Badowski.
Yeah. The main character was a short-haired side judge named Corey.
Oh, I thought that was Anderson.
No.
Then who got on the whale? See, processing problems. Processing problems.
So I read this story about an empath judge.
Apparently so did
Corey. Yeah. And I decided to share it with Jen, and she doesn't remember any of it.
There was a whale.
There was a whale.
And it saved them.
It did. It did save them.
And Mr. Badowski.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bad Guyowski. But, and I remember that she shot him, and then, like, it hurt her.
Yeah.
To shoot him. But I don't remember another person being in it. It was her and the bad guy, and then the other bad guys on the boat that they bloated up, and then the whale.
Okay.
Who... How the heck did I miss an entire another person?
I'm not sure where you're confused. The story that I had you read was just her, and then Anderson was reading a letter that she wrote to her.
Oh, that wasn't Anderson on the sorry. Kid's best friend. That wasn't Anderson on the whale? I thought that was Anderson on the whale.
You know,
my gosh. I need to reread that when my brain isn't broken.
Oh, you actually didn't put it in the spot that
I put it at the end of the story because
Oh.
So if you go to the thingy, that's the last page of the story, or the page after the story. It's the next story. Ugh.
No, I don't think you did.
Okay, well I meant to. Yeah, the whole story. Okay, this is what I read. Anderson arrested Mr. Bad Guyowski and then shot him and then was like, ow, this hurts. And then Mr. Bad Guyowski somehow ended up on a boat. That part I'm not entirely sure on. So Anderson and Bad Guy are on a boat. And they're like, oh, look, it's a pretty little whale. And then I thought they shot the whale, and I was really mad. Because they were like, there's not very many of them left. And you're like, yeah, people suck. And then... and then something happened, and they blew up Anderson's boat. And then they rode the whale to safety.
This character right here
is Anderson.
Judge Corey.
Oh.
who is writing a letter to Judge Anderson.
All right.
And then at the end, Anderson comes in and finds Corey after she loses her battle with being a side judge.
In the story I read,
Yeah.
there was shooting a guy and riding a whale. I read like 5 pages. Did I not read far enough? I read to the end.
To the part where it says the end.
Uh-huh.
It's about yeah. She left Judge Anderson a suicide note. That was the whole story. Was her writing a letter to Anderson saying that it's too much and she can't take anymore.
I was really, really hung up on that whale, apparently.
I guess only thing you took away
I
from
had
that was,
every possible emotion around that whale. I was mad, and then I was sad, and then I was relieved, and then I was like, why the hell are they shooting at this whale? There's only like 10 of them. And then they were all like, oh, we poisoned him. It was really sad. I was hung up on the whale. And I thought the whole time that person was Anders.
No, that it wasn't Anderson. Anderson's the one that found her.
Oh, okay. I don't know when that happened. In that story?
Yeah, in that story. It was the very end. It was like the last page.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway,
I'm sorry.
in the 2008 in the Judge Dredd universe, you have the judges take over the land, and you have mutants that live out in the nuclear destroyed cursed Earth, and
But that's like the middle of the country, right? Like,
Mhm.
like the judges own like the East Coast.
they don't own anything.
Whatever. They're
They control. Yeah, they control.
they fascist on the East Coast.
Yeah, there's 3 megacities in what used to be the U.S.
But one of them's like in Vegas, isn't it?
No.
Or is that just the IDW run?
There's Megacity 1, there's Texas City, and Megacity 2.
Is Mega City 2 like in California? Or is it the one
Yeah,
that's down at the bottom?
it's basically the West Coast.
Okay.
It's the one that gets overrun by zombies, and yeah, we don't make it.
Yeah.
But we don't get taken out by the zombies. We get taken out by Megacity 1.
Well, yeah, you can't let zombies run free. That does not surprise me at all. But, like, while in the real world, that would be absolutely horrific. I really like Judge Dredd's black and white, like, oh, you shoplifted? Well, that's the law. Death. Like, I don't care. You stole because your baby's starving? Don't care. Death. Like, I love that about Judge Dredd. He has
He doesn't kill you for stealing necessarily.
Well, no, but, like, it doesn't matter what your reasons are for committing the crime. Like, he does not care at all. And I find that highly entertaining. Just, I don't know. Not in the real world. God, that would be awful. Well, that is awful, but I do like fascist Judge Dredd.
Yeah. As long as you're following the law, you're fine.
Oh, I would die.
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably.
Like, I would end up in ISO cube so fast because I accidentally broke the law. I'd, like, look twice at a whale and be like, death.
No, the organ thieves would probably get you.
They'd have to catch me first. I click.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would die.
I don't know. We're on the West Coast, so
I would have been eaten by zombies a long time ago.
Until the zombies took over.
I didn't have a Judge Dredd.
Mega City 2 was actually they came out pretty good after the nuclear wars.
Which is weird because this side of the country is like where all our nuclear plants are, isn't it? Or is it just the one that's by our house?
Well, yeah, ours is like, yeah.
Are we the only one?
Yeah, there's not very many over here.
Oh, I thought most of them were on this side.
And the stories were written by the Brits, so they don't necessarily know where
they know about ours. We made the A-bomb.
Yeah.
So they know we exist.
Yeah.
Like,
we are famous this area
for all the bad things.
For
Sorry.
But our area, I'd never like looked at a map of Mega City 2. I don't know how far into our area that it goes. Are you gonna try and look it up?
Oh no, because we're out in the office. I won't have signal.
Yeah, I've looked for maps and
my book was starting, and I'm not entirely sure that it's not dragon smut. So I'm trying. I was like, it's like flashbacks to the grocery store when I was listening to that like smutty novel and my headphones pulled out, and for some reason it just kept playing while I was trying to check out.
Good job.
Yeah, it's a talent.
So, you read any good dragon smut lately?
I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Everybody's biggest gripe about this book is that the dragon has 2 penises but only uses one of them. It's a missed opportunity.
Is there any reason why he doesn't use the other one?
I don't know. I haven't got that far.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, maybe it was bad.
It's a broken penis.
No, just not a good one. I don't know.
I'm reading weird books this month, and I'm very excited. I don't think anything can top the potato book I read last month, and I totally blame the book server I'm a part of. They got me hooked on a potato shifter.
Yeah. Did we talk about
we didn't.
Potato book?
I don't think we talked about the Where Potato book.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your potato book?
I don't know.
Why not?
Because this podcast has been found.
Yeah. It's okay.
Right.
We've been recording for a little while, so it
They've already quit.
No, we've cleared the YouTube like smut monitoring.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
All right. So, I don't even remember what it's called. All I Want for Christmas is a Fingerling. And it's a story of a werewolf who finds his love, his mate, in this little tiny potato dude. That I already forgot his name, but because I was just calling him Wolf Boy and Sexy Potato Man, and and then so Sexy Potato Man gets put in Wolf Dude's pocket and goes home with him. And
By who? What? Who puts the potato guy in?
Jem, the
Jem?
only character whose name I remember, and I have told everybody that will listen that it is that Jem, and he is a pink potato. But so Mr.
Would you say that he was an outrageous potato?
Truly, truly outrageous. But so Pink Potato Gem Man puts Sexy Potato Man in Wolf Boy's pocket, and then they like go home.
Okay.
And then, but the best thing that ever happens in this book is that they go to do the whole like mating thing in front of the pack, and they're gonna cement their bond or whatever werewolves do. And
Because it's like medieval England, you gotta go and perform in front of the pack.
Yeah, actually. And so but you're allowed to like challenge the mate for the right to be the mate. And so like one wolf challenges the stupid potato to like fight him. And so like all I can hear when they're playing this is like that whole intro to Benny Hill where he's like just running around next to, is it Yakety Sax? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's the name of the song.
Where he's like running around from everybody because he just turns into a potato and rolls around until the wolf can't fight him anymore. And is the weirdest, most amazing book that I'm sure you were highly annoyed about me reading out loud.
You would just tell me little bits and pieces here and there.
It was amazing.
Mostly, I just heard you screaming from the other room as I was watching something on TV or something.
Yeah. I didn't live tweet it, but in one of my Discord channels, I have a whole thread that is just people getting to do that with their books. And so like I was like basically live tweeting my entire reaction to the book. Like I was like, well, because like at one point the potato gets pregnant. I don't know.
The male potato
Is having the male wolf's babies. Yes. And they're puppies, by the way. And Pugtatoes.
Puptatoes?
No, pugtatoes.
Pugtatoes?
Pugtatoes.
Is that what you decided on?
Yeah, they're pugtatoes. Anyway, just right now, all by myself. But so like he starts like craving, like, you know, they always do that normal pregnancies, women are weird and blah, 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 blah. But he was craving mashed potatoes and chocolate. He is a fucking potato. Does he not know he's a potato?
Quite literally.
No, he's the potato. The wolf is fucking the potato. But, like, the potato is craving mashed potatoes and chocolate. He's a potato.
He wasn't just craving ketchup or Arby's sauce or something.
No.
Just gonna take a nice bath in gravy and cheese curds.
Yeah, it was gross.
That'd make him a Canadian potato.
He's a poutine potato. A sequel.
There you go.
We need a spin-off series where they go out of town and visit his cousin Poutine.
There you go. Write it, man. Write it.
So I want more weird smut books. So if anybody listening has any recommendations that are high-quality potato smut, I need them in my life.
More. You specifically want more potato smut?
Oh, I don't care if it's potato, but like, here's the thing. They're not just potatoes. There's like freaking green bean shifters. And like they were talking about peas, like bees. And I need this in my life. It's like, nope, not going to say that part out loud. All right, now I kind of have to. I was like, it's like the anti-Veggie Tales.
That's the Veggie Tales we deserve. I would.
There's already a sequel.
Is there?
Yes. And yeah, there's already a sequel. We're planning a group read of it. But I found this other game, and so we're going to do that one first.
Nice.
And be prepared, because you will be hearing weird.
Be prepared. Sorry.
You will be getting weird things coming out of the bedroom again, I'm sure, because
Nice.
it's called the Monster Fucker Readathon.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that kind of it sounds like a podcast that Hannah from work wants to do, where each week you rate a different cryptid on Smash or Pass.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna be reading, and most of it is like first time for me. Like I'm pretty new to reading smut, just because I didn't care for romance before. But like this is hilarious and I love it, and so I've never really read a lot of smut before,
Yeah.
and so this is all gonna be new. So like in a couple weeks, when I've got a couple under my belt, so I've read some cryptid smut, and we'll have to have Hannah on, and we can talk about it. You can come talk cryptid smut with me, Hannah.
Heck yeah.
It'll be fun.
You just recently finally convinced me to join one of your games.
I know. He joined my team.
Yeah.
He's
At-
already read more than I have this month.
Yeah. I brought home the first volume of the original year's Predator omnibus that collects all of the old Dark Horse stories,
Yeah.
including the greatest film adaptation for Predator 2. I almost said that sentence without.
Almost.
Yeah. I actually tweeted out a panel from that
I
that's
saw it.
supposed to be Danny Glover in a car, and he looks like he's...
That's Danny Glover?
Yeah, that's Danny Glover's character from the
Ooh.
movie.
That doesn't look like Danny Glover.
Yeah. The character that's Gary Busey in the movie doesn't look anything like Gary Busey either. I was kind of bummed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But most of the stories follow Dutch's brother from the original Predator movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't. It was probably a lot like the Aliens. They couldn't get the rights to Ripley to get Sigourney Weaver's likeness, so they just...
Oh, so they did somebody else.
Yeah.
Cousin, distant, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. In the Alien one has a really cool story though. It just takes off right after the second Aliens movie, and it follows Hicks and Newt instead.
Is that the Aliens 3 one or whatever?
Alien. What do you mean?
Well, because I just read one that was like that, but it was called Aliens 3, and it was like a script that never got produced.
Oh no, yeah, that's something different. That's something that they because the movies were supposed to be different than what they actually put out.
Gotcha.
But most movies are that way. They start out one way, and then studios get involved, and they're like, nah, let's do it this way, but he's
Light it on fire.
Light it on fire, and he's got a Snickers bar. But I think they could have really done something cool if they would have followed the world that they had built for the comics, because we kind of lose. The whole Earth gets overrun by aliens, and Ripley does eventually come in, but it's like way into the story. It's kind of cool.
Neat.
But that's not the one that I'm currently reading. I'm reading The Predator, and yeah.
I like that new one that's been coming out that you've been bringing home.
Oh yeah, that one's really cool.
a really good one.
I fell behind on that one. I think I've read like the first 3 or something.
I'm not too... Well, you're not too far behind, because...
Yeah, I'm not very far behind.
Because I think that's about where I am, and I think I only have like 1 or 2 left in the box.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Where they're being hunted.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool concept.
I like it.
Yeah.
They definitely pissed off the wrong girl.
Absolutely.
And I'm a big fan of those kind of stories. I like revenge stories. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So, what kind of stuff you want to talk about today?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I'm sorry.
How about I ask you a question?
Okay.
What would what would be the worst superpower to have?
Mind reading.
Mind reading?
Hands down, mind reading. I do not want to know what you think of me.
Yeah.
Like, and imagine until you could like block that out. Like, imagine how noisy it would be. Like everywhere. No, nope. Mind. And like the only way that mind working would be okay with me is if I had to have like physical contact. Like if I had to touch you to read your mind. Nope. I don't even want to do that. Nope.
Yeah, because that would really, yeah, that would like trigger not necessarily the best thoughts. Yeah, that kind of came up. I was having a conversation with somebody, and they asked like something about like what would your biggest fear be or something like that, and I'm like, well, to have people know what I'm thinking at any given time. And I think they thought that I was trying to be like pervy, like yeah, what I'm thinking about. And like, no, there's some messed up shit going on in everybody's brain all the time,
Yeah.
and we should not know what's going on in there.
No, never.
There
And then
you
the
go.
second worst superpower is
that?
my superpower, where I can find a tackweed anywhere in the house, but only if my shoes are off. That's the second worst superpower.
Yeah. No, see, that's kind of the answer that I was expecting you to say. Because I was going to say something like, I always know where there's a stapler or something.
No, it's just because that's my real superpower.
So what would be a superpower that you would want?
I want. Okay, so you remember that old show Charmed that I used to make you watch?
Yeah.
And the guy that I know, I'm sorry, I'm trying. The guy that would blue, 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 and then you would like Yes, I realize how stupid I look. But he would like glitter away. And then like his glitter hands would like make you better.
Oh,
And then he could like grab you and glitter you away.
okay.
White lighter. He was a white lighter.
Okay, yeah.
I want that power. I want to be able to glitter away and go on vacation. And I want to be able to like fix my brain.
Well, you could glitter away too. You just got to have like some in your pocket and then just and then
Next con plan.
you're just going
And then backup plan for
throw
when I
glitter
get
at people?
kicked out 30 seconds in. Give me my badge.
Well, you could just hang out with Robert in the in the room that we do.
Amanda would murder I. Oh, she would be so mad at me. I like Amanda. That would be mean.
She'd probably think it was funny.
And then she'd make me clean it up.
Probably. Especially since we know several people that run the con.
Some people that work at the store, aren't they part of the con board?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait, that's like next weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was excited I was going to go this year, but I don't think I feel well enough.
I never feel well enough to go to RadCon.
Well, I know, but my brain's already broken. I probably shouldn't get the con cred on top of it.
Yeah. I just don't want to go to RadCon.
I know. You don't like people. I like that kind of thing, though.
I like people. They're my favorite.
Gross.
What?
You made it sound like you liked them to eat.
No, I like conversing with people
Mm-hmm. I believe you.
I like talking to people that come in that are like genuinely
Right.
interested in like reading stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but most people are terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. My favorite part about going to a con is seeing what everybody's wearing. Like, everybody puts so much effort. Like that. Remember a few years ago when the kids went and they made the big hammer and they got a picture with the big, like, Green Lantern taco guy or whatever? He was like a Green Lantern taco.
No.
Oh. And then, yeah, like, I like that. I like when people do the really cool, like, there was somebody who did a full Predator. Somebody did an Usagi one that was amazing. Like, it was a full fursuit. Like, it was so cool. And then the furries always come out, and they are so nice. Furries are the nicest people. Like, they were so nice.
Yeah, yeah. They're generally pretty cool about taking their masks off to show the cameras when they come at the store.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Well, and they were really cool when we went to Spokane, and they were like, because, like, oh God, they were, the youngest was so little, and they were kind of nervous about him, but curious at the same time because they were huge. They were like way tall, and they were really cool about letting them like get down to their level and letting them touch them, and it was really neat. I don't know. I've never had a bad experience. So.
To clarify, the furries were letting people touch their suits, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What else?
Otherwise, you were insinuating that the furries were touching your child.
Oh no, that was ew. No, gross.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been. Yeah, I would have a totally different opinion on furries.
And then that's why I clarified what you were saying.
Processing problems.
Yeah. Yeah,
I have processing problems on the best days. This has been torture.
Hanging out with me? Thanks.
No,
That's
processing.
cool. I get it. It's fine.
I'm going to throw something at you.
I got a bit of a cough.
Somebody got you sick.
Yeah.
I wonder who did that.
And then I'm sure I probably gave it right back to you, and then it's just going to escalate until...
No, we can't afford any more escalation. I saw every doctor in the emergency room, and we're Americans. We can't afford any more escalation.
I don't know what you're talking about. So you would... You want to be a jazz hands witch.
Oh my God, more than anything. More than anything. I mean, most days I want to follow the path of your coworker Baba Yaga and just disappear into a swamp. But now that you say jazz hands witch, that is all I want in the world.
You would... A jazz hands witch would be a great counterpart to a bog witch.
Like just me and Hannah hanging out in the swamp, jazz handing little children to lure them in and eat them.
You could be the odd couple, but
jazz hands
and a bog witch.
All right, Hannah, I need you. I need to commission you, so figure out how much it would cost to draw you and I as jazz hands and the bog witch.
Well, you just named your comic or show.
Yes.
Jazz hands and the
bog witch.
There you go, folks.
Can we call that the episode title that when we drag her on here? That's just the episode title, Jazz Hands in the Bog
I
Witch.
think we just named this episode is what we did.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's because my brain is broken. I think I would be just as entertained. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a great title.
Jazz Hands in the Bog Witch. I'm going to spill this. It needs to go away.
Yeah, put that on the coaster there.
Okay.
You can actually kind of see the stuff that's behind you on this episode too. Well, yeah, you can see it whenever you want because you live here. But and I guess the people that are just listening to the audio part can't really see it either.
I haven't been like posting the links to the YouTube. I should probably do that. I did post the link to the episode, but
The links to the YouTube videos are in the description of the podcast.
oh, okay.
So
And
if
we
you-
have a Twitter now.
yeah. Just started a Twitter. I've been posting some nonsense. I need to get you the login so you can post some nonsense too.
Yeah, I posting about showing me that picture. The lady throwing her kid into the pool.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I get that there are very, very valid reasons to throw your child in a pool. I get that. I just didn't grow up around water, so it terrifies me every time I see somebody do it.
I showed that to Justin this morning, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's how I learned."
That's how Justin learned?
Yeah, he's a he grew up on farms too.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
so there were a lot of
Ponds
like
and-
ponds and canals and all kinds of crap that you can drown in.
Yeah, you got to teach kids how to swim that are around water, but I wasn't allowed
Theoretically,
I wasn't allowed in the front yard, okay?
I never got any swimming lessons.
Oh, you didn't they didn't throw you in a pool?
We had a pool.
And your dad didn't just throw you? See, that seems like something he would enjoy.
You'd have to like interact with us.
Oh. It just seems like something he'd find funny.
We had this really
We
crappy
should probably edit that part out in case he finds it.
like above ground pool that that we would all just jump off the top of the house into.
My phone is black and white again.
Well, it is 9:30.
Oh. I let the kids set up stuff so that I would be less stressed at bedtime, and it hasn't done it in days, but now all of a sudden it's doing it
Well,
again.
it's a weekday.
Oh.
That's probably the deal.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt with the site,
That's okay.
but I thought I lost part of my phone.
Some people are going to track because they also set up routines on their phones.
Okay,
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You can
Grandma.
edit it too. And cut that part out so I look less. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll totally do that.
Like you cut out the.
I always cut out the stuff that
Makes you look bad.
that makes me look bad.
Yeah.
So this week we're just going to have blank space.
Whatever.
How could I look bad in this? Come on.
I'm wearing petita.
Yeah.
I almost knocked your thingy over. That would have been bad.
Yeah, that would have kind of sucked
Yeah, I would have felt bad.
because I haven't put it on the shelf yet.
Our shelves are getting so full.
Yeah. Need to get rid of all your books.
I do. I have so many. I told some of my friends that I was admitting defeat and getting rid of anything that wasn't signed, sentimental, or full of pictures.
Well, a lot of the ones that are on that back shelf are like just mass market trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
And
Well, and they're all ones I wanted
those
to
are
read.
shelves that we could have manga on,
And they're all ones I eventually wanted to read, but I'm never going to actually read a physical book anymore. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Or we won't. We might just keep procrastinating like usual.
That's what we normally do.
So,
All right, next question.
you had a subject. What comic world would you least want to live in?
Okay, so are we talking like realistic, or because like that's two very different things. Like Gotham would suck.
Yeah.
I would be murdered. Like my bad luck. I mean, I'm pretty street smart when it comes to things. Like I am. You laugh at me, but you've never been with me in a big city. I can find my way around. I know you don't look directly at the drug deal. You saw nothing. You say nothing. I am pretty street smart.
True.
In a
I
big
do tend
city.
to avoid cities.
Yeah, like I'm good. I like cities, and like I was wandering around downtown Boston. Like I used to wander around downtown Spokane at night never feeling unsafe because I know what the rules are, right? So, like, I'm pretty street smart, but I'm also incredibly clumsy. And I would totally, like, trip into a Joker plot and die. I would round the corner, and there's no,
Well,
like, knowing
you're
the
street
rules.
smart, but clumsy, so you would just bungle your way into becoming
Batman?
a Batman villain.
Yeah, jazz hands in the bog witch. Sorry,
Yeah.
that was really loud. I want to be. That is my Batman supervillain name, Jazz Hands.
Yep.
Okay, I'm okay. So I changed my answer, and I'm okay with that.
You're okay with
I'm
living
okay
in
with.
Gotham now?
Yeah, I'm okay with being a Batman villain. I mean, I wouldn't last long before he broke my legs, but
He'd probably just send like one of the Bat kids after you or
my
something.
name is Jazz Hands in the Bog Witch. Like, he would probably leave us alone. And be like, just give him that part of the park and they'll be fine.
You just chuck you in a cage with Kite Man.
And then we could hook up with Poison Ivy, and we could have pretty flowers with my jazz hands. Okay. So I'm rethinking Gotham. That would be fun.
All right, so your worst world ended up being your preferred world.
Apparently. You talked me into it. Oh, Coda. Coda would be awful.
Yeah, that one seemed pretty gross.
Because, like, so it's one of my favorite things about Coda is it's post-apocalyptic, which is really neat. But, like, it's post-apocalyptic fantasy. So instead of being a weird world where technology doesn't work, it's a weird world where magic stopped working. And so it's got all those fun post-apocalyptic stuff, like the deserts and all of that, but you have magical creatures trying to get magic back. And yeah, I would not do well there. Like, I would end up that mermaid lady slave the first time I met her. I'd accidentally sign away my soul or something. Like, come on. I'm smart, but I'm kind of an idiot. And I'm very naive. I tend to be very cynical, but at the same time, like...
But I thought you were street smart.
I am street smart in the city.
But we don't live in the city. Does that mean you're an idiot?
Yeah.
Huh.
I was chased by snakes by a 2-year-old and had to call the MPs to get a garden snake out of my house. I called the actual, like, fake police. But
They are police. They're just military police.
oh, the one I called is fake police. But
Fair enough.
he was weird, but not a bad guy, just definitely not police. But I wouldn't do, like, mermaids. No, I would lose to a mermaid. They're manipulative. They're not good guys. They're not Little Mermaid. They'll steal your soul.
So what's okay? So I guess we got your
Coda
your
would be bad.
ideal and
Yeah. I don't know that I actually seriously have an ideal because, like, I can't think of a single comic or book or movie that is just, I mean, like, even Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah, it's adorable, and you could go with the little otter penguins or whatever, and that would be fun. But then I would die because they're always at war.
yeah. There is no war in Ba Sing Se though.
I could be the cabbage guy.
Yeah, just be
I
the
could go
cabbage
be
guy.
the cabbage guy's apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
That would be better than being in Gotham. Okay, I'm going to be in Gotham till just before Batman's going to break my legs, and then I'm going to go sell cabbages in retirement.
Why don't you just sell cabbages in Gotham?
Well, because eventually Batman's going to find me and break my legs.
For selling cabbages?
Because I'm a bad guy. I'm Jazz Hands in the Bog Witch.
Okay.
They're evil cabbages.
Evil cabbages?
Evil cabbages. That shapeshift.
and do naughty things with wolves.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What about you?
What about me?
Yeah.
Like ideal place.
Yeah. Ideal and worst.
Ideal like comic book world.
Any world. I don't
Calvin
care.
and Hobbes.
Oh, that is such a cheating answer. That is so cheating.
That is a huge cop out.
That is absolutely cheating. Then I changed my answer to Garfield.
Garfield.
Well, I can't pick
No.
Heathcliff. I'd just be confused all the time.
No, you just become friends with Heathcliff, and then you're fine.
Okay.
You might have to wear a helmet, but
All right. Sorry.
I think the worst place. I would hate to live in the 2000 AD world of the ABC Warriors
Oh, yeah, that'd be bad.
because it's basically just Warhammer.
Well, like in all of the places, like even like The Giver, it's this utopia of beautifulness and everybody has a purpose and it's wonderful. And then they murder you. Like, there's not a lot of places that don't end badly. So there's not a lot of good choices. But then you have places like, the ABC Warriors where it's just bad no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would be a really bad one. Curse words. No, the new one that's by them. Can you imagine how awful that would be living in the genie one?
Oh, the 8 billion genies.
Yes, can you
world?
imagine how horrible that would be?
The utter madness of 8 billion people
My
trying to make a wish.
My favorite thing about that comic is everything going on in the background.
Yeah.
Like all of the weird things fighting other things or just random walking ice cream cones or whatever. And I do love that there's a couple people from Curse Words that appear in the background if you're paying
Yeah.
attention.
Like Jacques or whatever.
Yeah,
his name
you
is.
get to see Jacques. I love Jacques. But he's so horrible.
So if you're unfamiliar with what we're talking about and can't pick up on context clues,
Oh, I'm sorry.
the 8 billion genies comic is about a world where everyone on Earth gets one wish.
And apparently I think like an old bartender. Because him and I had the same wish.
Right? I that cracked me up when I brought it home and I came in and I asked you what your wish would be.
And that was one of the few books you had actually read first. Like, normally you let me read them first.
Because I'm pretty sure I read it in the shop when I took it out of the box.
Yeah.
Which I totally never do.
I cannot wait for that to get a trade because it is so good.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot you can talk about without spoilers because everything that happens, it may not be huge for the plot right away. But see, that's the thing about that creative team is you never know when it's important to the plot. Like, it can be something so tiny and random, and then it ends up being the thing that saves the day.
Yeah, because they're constantly just looping around, and
Yeah.
things that happen in the beginning have an absolute effect on the end.
Right, and they did that with curse words, too. Like, they're super good about that, and I love it.
You know, I still haven't read the
I
last
know.
issue.
I know.
It's sitting right there.
Well, we bought the big fancy one with the Team Margaret and the drawing, and it was cool. I'm trying to think of other worlds that, like, maybe wouldn't suck quite as bad. Like, what are some of the ones that would be okay? Like, I mean, like, Avatar would be good if you could, like, get isolated, right? Like, if you weren't in... You could be a bog witch with the swamp. What is it called when you... Blah, 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 blah.
Water bending?
Bending. You could be a swamp bender.
A swamp bender?
With jazz hands. I apologize for jazz hands. But that one wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah. A lot of worlds, as long as you weren't the main character, you'd be fine.
Yeah, I guess Dresden just lives in modern day Chicago.
Yeah.
Mercy lives here. We are in Mercy's world.
Yeah. Sometimes, you'd be collateral damage, but
Yeah.
as long as you weren't in the thick of things.
True.
What about the Murder Falcon? Would you
love
want to be
that.
able to play a musical instrument and
No.
summon a
I mean,
warrior?
yeah, but like I was so bad I got suspended for chucking my drumsticks at what's her face's head. So like I lack talent
So
and motivation.
so your guy would show up and he'd just be like, "I'm here to just fight for you," and then,
And then I'll throw my drumsticks at you. I don't know.
He'd be in the corner just playing with cars.
I can play the recorder
The recorder,
like a 4-year-old. Oh no, I could do the cowbell.
Well, there you go.
There we go. I could, or a tambourine.
And then you would.
I lack talent.
I would say you would summon the dude, the cow guy from Fairy Tale,
I don't know what that means.
but you haven't read that one.
I haven't read Fairy Tale at all, and every time, like, I know this makes the oldest so sad, but like, I watch like 2 episodes and get bored every time. Like, I cannot get into Fairy Tale. I just don't care.
The first few episodes are not that great. You got to kind of get into the meat of the show before it becomes cool.
No. I have so many books and so many shows that if I have to get through season 3 for it to be interesting, no thanks.
It's not as bad as like, I don't know. Everybody always says, "Oh, you got to read like the first 2 volumes of JoJo before."
Yeah.
Or like the first 2 like story arcs before.
Oh yeah,
starts
and
getting
like
good, and I'm like, no,
Tokyo
I
Ghoul,
don't
they
want
always tell me like, no, like after like the 3rd season, I'm like, no, not dedicating that much time. Like I have ones that I absolutely love, like Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Bleach, that I still haven't finished. Like I'm not dedicating 3 seasons to something I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Unless it's Death Note. I
it's
did
gotta
watch
be-
all of that.
It's got to be more like Cougar Town or Community, where if you power through the first episode, then the rest of the series is just amazing.
Yeah. Like, I'm okay with a couple episodes to get your groove. Like, that I'm fine with. Because, like, Buffy was like that, too. Like, they needed a bit to get going.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. But, like, what I don't like is, like, what makes me sad, I guess, is you take a show like Supernatural, and this is going to get us hate, but, like, you take a show like Supernatural, and it started out so strong.
Mm-hmm.
So strong. Like, they were creepy. And then that first one where it was like, turn off your lights. Like, we're old. We got to watch it when it aired. And there's nothing like live TV telling you, like, to turn off your lights. And, you know, like, it was so cool. It was this big production. And every episode kind of had that sort of start and stop feel. Sometimes you'd get a couple that connected. You had one big bad that weaved throughout. But for the most part,
yeah, it was like old school X-Files, Creature of the Week.
Yeah, and I loved that. And I don't think I would have stopped watching if they had stayed with that pattern. But then they got so soap opera-y, where like, and then you had the angels and the demons, and then they made Loki an angel, and I was just done.
Yeah, that was a weird choice.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? And then silence.
Sorry. I'm trying to think of worlds. Asterix and Obelix. That would be horrible.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
You don't want to live in Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Unless, well, if you were in their village and you were able to get the juice.
Yeah, except you're constantly being attacked. Who wants to deal with that inconvenience?
What else are you going to do? You
Go
live
to the
in
grocery
ancient
store?
Gaul.
I don't know. Read a book?
There were no grocery stores. Nobody knew how to read except for the one guy.
Okay, valid. Fine.
You just drink your magic juice and fight Romans. That's your job.
Okay, I could be okay with that. Same with like living with Wonder Woman, right? Like that island would be pretty and neat, but I would hurt myself.
No, because you would be big and strong.
Yeah, okay.
What?
When has that ever worked out for me?
Huh. Okay, fine.
I'm looking at our shelves like, what do we got? We got Slain. That would be awful. I want any time before medical care is out. Once in Future. Oh my gosh, could you imagine living in England with every British legend coming true?
That'd be fine.
You're going to fight Beowulf.
Sure. He's a chump.
Okay, good luck with that. It's like that one. And another one that has an absolutely phenomenal ending. Like, it was perfect. I loved it so much.
That we're going to give away right now.
Yeah. No. That would be a spoiler, and it hasn't been out long enough.
What about the world of Godzilla with kaiju running around?
That would be so cool. I would get to see Mothra. And then I'd get stepped on. Like crazy Rodan.
Yeah.
I would absolutely get stepped on.
Would you run toward the kaiju?
Probably.
Huh. Okay.
Not on purpose. No, wait, because they always come to Tokyo, and I got street smarts.
Yeah,
Street smarts.
we live in Washington, so
Yeah, I know.
what would we'd just get Bigfoot, and that's about it. What's he gonna do?
Wonderful. I don't know. Choopy lives under our porch, so.
Could you imagine Bigfoot trying to fight a kaiju? He's just a little furry guy.
So they didn't do it in the TV show, so those of you that are listening that are in our reading group with Dresden, it's not a spoiler for that either, but they do side stories with Dresden eventually that have Bigfoot in it. Like Bigfoot summons Dresden. And so he goes to talk to him, and he was like, "You owe me." And he was like, "You have to do this for me." And yeah, Bigfoot's just kind of chilling. Every once in a while pops up and gives Dresden orders. It's wonderful.
Huh. He's Dresden's boss.
He pays him and then asks him to go look in on his son. And then that doesn't go the way it's supposed to.
So does he have like actual money, or does he pay him in like magical stuff?
No, he has so the approach they took to Bigfoot in Dresden is that he's like a native I don't know what the word is for it, but like Brother Coyote, Sister
Okay.
Wolf,
Yeah.
like a totem kind of, I guess. I don't know what the correct word is, but he's a spirit and he's connected to the earth, so he pays him in giant chunks of gold that he got out of the hills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he just pays him in like gold minerals. And so he asked him to go check on his son because something's wrong. He's getting sick, and he's Bigfoot's kid. He shouldn't get sick. And so he goes and like pretends to be like a power up attorney, checking on him for the mom, and yeah. And then Bigfoot just pops up every once in a while, like, "Hey, help me out here."
Nice.
Yeah.
I
There's an
wouldn't
entire
mind hanging out with Bigfoot.
yeah, and like there's this one part where. And I forget which story it's in, but like they go to meet out in the woods, and he takes a bunch of kids with him, and Bigfoot like scares the shit out of him, and he's like "Rawr," in the wood, like in the things and everything, and he's like, "This is so demeaning," or something like that.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, but yeah, that one's a cute one. They do like side stories with him. He's got a whole book that's just Bigfoot short stories, and I think that's the newest comic that you brought home for me. Is those put to comic form?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. He's not just like the Bigfoot from Venture Brothers, where he's married to this $6 million man.
No, she's a scientist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bigfoot's a lady.
No, Bigfoot's significant other is a scientist.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, she was like a scientist that stumbled across him or got hurt or snowstorm or something. I forget how they meet, but she ended up in the woods somehow, and he saved her, and they fell in love and had little baby Bigfoots, and yeah.
Romantic.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got any other questions?
I saw that one today where it was like, so I found this great website. I was like, what can we talk about? And I found this website that was like 10 things to ask your date. And it was so weird.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it was like, if you had to have dinner with 5 people, who would you pick, living or dead, famous, whatever, like really, really awkward first date questions.
Yeah.
But the one that I thought would be really fun is, what would you be willing to sell your soul for? So, like, what would Batman sell his soul for? What would Constantine would sell his soul for a pack of cigarettes. Like, he don't care. But, like, you know what I mean? Like Wolverine, what would he sell his soul for?
Probably not to be named James.
Oh, I think that's just.
No offense
projecting?
to anybody named James out there, but
I think you're projecting.
I just hate that he has a name.
I know. That's sad.
It's just dumb.
It takes away all the fun of not knowing.
Yeah, I mean, you always knew that he had a name, but
Right. But if you're going to do it, you need to do it like they did with Doctor Who. Right? Where, like, you get out and only 6th graders think that his name is James. Or John, right? John Hurt? Is
Yeah.
that? I remember the kid was so proud to spoil it for me. Like, he was a smug little turd. And he walks in and he's like, the doctor's name is John Hurt. And I'm like, no, it's the actor.
Because John Hurt died on the Nostromo.
But you got to do it like that, where like they reveal the name but don't actually show you what it is. Because it takes all the fun out of it.
Yeah. It's more fun having a nameless cowboy.
Yeah, it was cool.
But whatever. What are you going to do?
See, most of the characters I read don't really believe in a soul. So, like, the Joker, a cheesesteak. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And like you said, Constantine, how many times has he sold his soul?
Not as often as I thought.
Well, more than once would be more than most people.
Well, okay, but in his defense, he sold it the 4 times because if he didn't, he was going to die of lung cancer.
Yeah.
And then he only had to sell it the 4 times because the instant he dies, it's civil war in hell.
Yeah.
So the demons actually work to keep Constantine alive because they're not prepared for a civil war yet. And then every once in a while, one will be like, okay, I think I'm ready. And then they'll go and he'll be like, nope, never mind. I'm not ready. Bring them back. Yeah.
Kind of like the whole Lobo thing where
Yeah.
he has a do not collect stamp on his soul
Yeah.
because he died and just beat everybody in hell. And
Yeah. But that's the one, like, everybody kind of complained about the Keanu Reeves Constantine, but honestly, the only thing that is not comic book accurate is the way he looks. That's it.
yeah.
Like, that's the only, like, and I guess Chaz is a little young, but, like, their portrayal of Papa Midnight, spot on. And, like, I loved it. They did a really good job. And it has Pancake's house. It's the devil, and you can never ask for better than that.
The guy that's forever known as Pancake's House.
Mm-hmm.
We love you, man.
Like he's gonna see this.
Oh, he told me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a fan.
He's a fan
Mhm.
of the chaos.
So yeah, I think we're probably at a good point there for
Oh, you're gonna do the thing again.
the thing.
I'm already having processing problems. All right, here we go. Let's make fun of Jen for not getting the dad joke.
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Okay.
So I actually saw this one earlier. What does the sign on an out of business brothel say?
Out of business?
Yeah, a brothel that's gone out of business. What's the sign out front say?
Out of business. Closed.
It says, "Beat it, we're closed." I think she might have gotten that one.
You don't get it. Explain it to me. after they're, oh, ow, ow, my chest. I got
Well-
winded walking out here.
I think Jen is dying, so we're gonna say goodnight.
Meow.
Join us next time when Jen says exactly. Good night, everybody.
I just wanted to say that I'm a nerd.
I'm a nerd too.
I'm in love with a nerd.